Hello, this is Ron Climer, and I am with Keller Williams Realty in Ormond Beach, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida. And I'm often asked to discount my commission. I've been selling real estate just about forever. And the first question I usually ask is, lower my commission to what? And the second question, will you pay me in advance? And the third question, are you more concerned with what I make or with what you net? And it's been my experience that most people are more concerned with what they net than with what I make. And that makes a lot of sense to me. You know, a question I wish I could ask my sellers. I never have, but I wish I could. I wish I could ask them, Mr. Seller, if I agreed to lower my commission, would you promise me that we won't have any problems like the appraisal coming in low or somebody dying a week before closing or find out we got termites? It's the worst infestation that the termite inspector's ever seen in his whole career. We won't have any problems like a title flaw, like when you bought the house 23 years ago, the seller didn't sign the deed. Somehow it got recorded, but it was never signed. We could have problems like the house being struck by lightning. Promise me we won't have that problem. Promise me that that little tube that runs to the dishwasher won't break the day before closing and flood the house. Promise me the sinkhole won't swallow up the house, half of it, the day before closing. And you just never know. Promise me that your neighbors won't come out waving a rebel flag and racial slurs when somebody comes out to show the house. Promise me that the neighbors won't ask me not to sell the house to certain people because of their criminal background. Promise me you have no encroachment, and promise me that you have no liens that you haven't told me about, that you supposedly don't know about and I don't know about. Promise me there's not some airport or some other kind of nuisance that's about 2 miles away that I don't know about that's probably going to cause somebody to come back and sue me after closing. Promise me there's not a 200-gallon fuel oil tank buried in the backyard. Promise me a hurricane won't blow the house away a week before closing. So these are all problems that come up. And, promise me that you and the buyer won't get in a fist fight at the closing table. You're thinking, Ron, have you really had that problem? I've really had that problem, folks. And there's just all kind of problems that can come up. And I'm kidding about asking Mr. Seller to promise me this because I would never do that. But I will tell you this. It's my job to make sure that our transaction goes smoothly. 8 chances out of 10, we're never going to have any of these crazy problems. But the truth is, I've had them. My coworkers have had them. There's all kind of stuff that happens, and you never know. So paying a full commission is really to your benefit. And let me tell you why. Most people don't understand how commissions really work. But let me use some simple numbers like a $300,000 house. If you listed your $300,000 house with me at a 6% commission, which is the going rate in our neighborhood here. That varies from place to place, time to time, but that's pretty much what it is. And what happens is, if you listed your house with me at a 6% commission, I would put that in the MLS and I would offer a co-op fee to my fellow realtor to come show my listing and let's get this house sold together. This is an essential part of real estate. Over 55% of the houses that are sold through co-op transactions. It's very difficult to get along without your fellow realtors. This is the only industry in the world where your competitor is actually your best friend. But that's the way real estate works. So here comes Mr. Competitor into a neighborhood. He pulls into the neighborhood. He sees my listing over here, and he sees a $9,000 co-op fee because he knows he's going to get 3% because it says so in the listing. And he knows out of that $9,000, he's on some kind of split with his company. He's going to get maybe 70% of that, or $6,300. Well, he looks over here on the other side of the subdivision, and there's a house listed with a 2% co-op fee. Apparently that broker decided to list the house at a 4% fee and offer it in MLS at 2%. So he did. And when he did that, that realtor looks over there and he sees that 2% fee. He knows that's $6,000. He'll get about 70% of that, or $4,200. Now, which house do you think he's going to show first? My house. And most enthusiastically, my house, my listing. And that's the real reality of it. You know, there's laws, the antitrust laws, that prevent us from having a standard fee. You could list a house at 1% or 20% or whatever you want to. And there are occasions where people will list a house at far more or far less than what is usual. But that's what's usual. But paying a full commission benefits you because your house gets shown first and most enthusiastically. Now, also, there are services where you don't really want a discount. I don't think you ask your barber for a discount. Hey, Joe, I really want to be looking nice tonight. Can you do an extra job? But by the way, I'm going to have to just pay you a discount price today. I don't think so. Likewise, the waiter. Hey, I want to bring my wife for our anniversary. I want you to really treat us well. I'm going to give you a discount tip. I don't think so. You're a lawyer. You're on trial for your life, but you want the guy to work for a bargain price? I don't think so. And so there's people that their services just don't lend themselves to being discounted. And the truth is, the services of a realtor are like that. Now, all these problems I mentioned, when they happen the second time or the third time, the good news is they're not a surprise to an old veteran that's been around and had all those problems already. They know how to prevent them and or do away with them or solve them when they do come along. By the way, if you do list with that discount realtor that you talked into listing at a low rate, make sure he's got errors and omissions insurance. This is a very cheap insurance. It's like a malpractice insurance for realtors. There's people that don't have it. If they make some kind of mistake, they're on their own. But don't talk to your agent about discounting their commission. I guess that's the point of this video. I know the name of it was how to talk them into taking a discount fee. The truth is, you don't want a discount realtor. You don't want a discount realtor. I love movies, especially during COVID. I've seen a lot of movies lately, and I watched that movie Sully a couple of weeks ago. That's the one about with Tom Hanks, where the birds flew into the engine and they landed the plane on the Hudson River. You know, I'm thinking as that plane was coming down there on the Hudson, I bet none of those passengers were thinking, I sure hope that pilot is well paid. I got a feeling they were all glad he was well paid, that he wasn't a discount pilot. You know, another true story movie I watched is the one, I don't know if you've seen it, where the scuba diving boat out of Australia, they took the people 10 miles offshore and they left 2 people out there. They didn't do a roll call, which is standard procedure on dive boats, and they took 22 people out and they brought 20 back. Well, I got a feeling those 2 characters' last words were probably, I'm sure glad we got that discount on this dive trip. I got a feeling that's not true. There's sometimes you just don't need a discount. And I think it'd be safe to say if you ask your realtor for a discount and he's willing to discount his fee to you, he's not going to be looking out too closely for your equity in this deal either. He's probably not a very good negotiator. The truth is, you just don't need a discount in pilots, dive masters, skydiving instructors. Pay the going rate. Just be sure the realtor that you hire is worth the fee that you're paying them. And I think if they're not, you should just truck on and interview another realtor. By the way, my name is Ron Climer. If you're in Daytona, Volusia County, you need a good realtor, I'd love to have you call me. My phone number is 828-755-6996. Call me if I can help you. Good luck.